So you know that thing where you're shopping for something, a new piece of gear, maybe you're on the Studio Live Today gear guide and you're like, that Rode pod mic that Pete uses looks pretty rad. I want to go check it out. So you click the link, you go check it out. You're like, yes, I'm going to buy that. Or maybe you don't and you save it for later. And then every time you go to another app like your Facebook or your Instagram, suddenly that microphone is everywhere. Well, there's a reason for that. It's called app tracking. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what it is and how to turn it off. Let's go. Now, this video is specific to Apple products, iOS, iPadOS, and macOS, because Apple have actually added in the ability to say not to let apps track other apps. So when I'm using Chrome here and I'm searching for something and I'm shopping, then my Instagram and my Facebook can't actually know what I'm looking for and then present that to me over in Facebook or Instagram. So if you're using an Android device or a Windows device, it will be a little bit different. So where are these settings and how do we change it? Well, the first thing you'll need to do is go to your settings. So we'll just swipe down and type in settings here. This works on your iPhone or your iPad, and you're going to want to go over on the left or in the middle on your iPhone and keep going down till you get to this one, privacy and security. Give that one a tap. And what you're looking for is this tracking. See how I've got a 10 there? That means that there's 10 different apps that I have allowed to track me. And tracking me doesn't just mean in that app, it means in any other app that I'm allowing to track me as well. So I don't even know what these are. So let's tap this one and jump in here and see what some of these are. BitLife, that's a game I don't even use. And here's what you can do to turn them off. You just flick the switch. Canva, I use Canva a lot and I allow it to track me across different apps, but I don't need to. I can turn that off there. The Cricket app, I don't need to do that. eBay, ESPN, you see what I mean here. A lot of these are ones that asked me when I first installed them and I just forgot to turn them off. Pokemon Go, speed test, voice recorder. Now, if you want to make sure nothing tracks you ever, yeah, you got a master switch for that. All you need to do is turn this one at the top off, and that will allow apps to request to track you. So when you come in here, if all of these are off and you have that off, it's never going to ask you again. If you leave that on, when you go to a new app or when you first install it, it would say, would you like this app to track you? And things like Facebook and Instagram will beg you to leave it on. Why? Because that's how they sell a lot of their advertising. They want to know that you've been on Google and Amazon and in your Chrome browser and your Safari looking for particular things, because then they can present ads to you. But if, like me, you're a little bit over the fact that when you have bought something, it still tells you about it every 2 seconds on Facebook and on Instagram and other platforms, then turning off your app tracking is a good idea. While you're here in your privacy settings, one other bonus tip for you is if we go back here, you've also got location services. So this will actually tell the app where you're located, and what some apps will do is use your location to serve you up more relevant ads. Now, if you don't want that, you can actually go into location tracking and turn it off. For instance, this is a TV channel here in Australia, and at the moment, it can use my location while I'm using it. Now, for things like TV apps, often you need this on or it won't work because it needs to know you're in the location you say you are, or it won't let you actually use that app. However, there's some apps that I never need to use my location. Like, why does Final Cut Pro need to know where I am? So I can actually say never, Final Cut Pro, can you ever see where my location is there. So you can also turn location services completely off if you want nothing to know where you are. Of course, if you're using things like maps, that doesn't work so well. So you may need to have it on and then just go through and curate all of your different apps and tell that which ones you would like to know where you are. Now, keep in mind, location services can be kind of cool. Do you really want to get ads for things you can't even have? So when I turn everything off, I tend to get very generic ads for things I'm not interested in. So do think about that before you go in and make everything super private, that sometimes having the ability to be tracked isn't the worst thing, because you might actually get some interesting stuff. But keep in mind that if you're in the same boat as me, that when you go shopping for something, you see that same thing over and over again, then go ahead and turn off app tracking. It's super simple to do right here on your iPhone or your iPad. And as I said, if you're on other devices, they do have the ability to do it. They're just in different settings. But if you look for things like app tracking and location services, turn them off and you'll solve this problem. Hope you found this one useful and interesting, and I'll see you next time.